Hello guys, welcome back to another Marvel Rivals tier list video. Today I'm going to be ranking all the dive characters in the game. Now before we get into the video, I would appreciate it if you guys would like and subscribe to my YouTube. It would mean the world to me. I would also like to personally thank everyone who watched my last video. I'm so excited that it got almost 1,000 views, which really warms my heart. I just want to personally thank all of you. And with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Now starting off with the dive tier list, I'm going to start with, let's say, Psylocke. I think she's one of the best dive characters in the game. She has what other dive characters don't have, and that is a ranged ability. A ranged M1, which does a lot of damage and actually lowers her cooldowns, which is just amazing. She's just an all-around perfect dive character to have on your team, and she's always welcome on the team. Now, I want to rank Venom. Now, Venom isn't really that good of a dive character. He's alright, but I used to be a Venom man. I used to play a lot of Venom, and I just don't think he holds up in this dive meta, even though he is a dive character, in my opinion. He just doesn't cut it as a tank, because a tank's main ability should be either off-tanking or frontlining or protecting supports, and a dive character just doesn't really work that well in his kit, honestly. But I think other dive tanks can do better, which is where Captain America comes in. I think he's pretty good, honestly. I think he's one of the better dive tanks. There's only two, which means he's really good for disrupting the team. If you play against a really good Captain America, you're gonna have a really bad time because he's really hard to shake off your backline. Now then, I'm gonna go with Black Panther. A good Black Panther can really turn the game around. He has a lot of carry potential, in my opinion. He doesn't have this hit rate bug, which really messes up his dashes a lot of the time, but I still think he's really good. In a perfect world where he doesn't have that bug, I think he's one of the best dive characters. But for now, I'll put him in A tier. I'll think about it if I change my mind later. I'll rank Iron Fist. He's not that good of a dive character anymore. The recent changes they made to him have forced him more into a frontline character, more with his tank and stuff like that because of his percentage-based damage, and I still think he's pretty good as a dive character, but just not as good as the other ones. Let's go Wolverine. I think Wolverine is a dive character in my opinion, because he does dive onto the tank and just steal him, and I think that's insanely broken, because you can dive into a tank, take him from to the enemy's frontline to your backline and just instantly melt him, which is insane when you think about it, because his fragging potential on tanks is just absolutely insane. Now Spider-Man's an A tier. Honestly, he's really hard to play because of how advanced his kit is right now, and I don't think many people know how to play him, and even if you do, a really good Spider-Man will never be a mediocre Namor. That's just the truth of it, in my opinion at least. Some of you can pop off with Spider-Man, I've seen on TikTok this Rage Bait Spider-Man playstyle. It's pretty cool, in my opinion. I really like it, but as I see it now, it's just A tier for now. You might get a buff later, you might not, we'll just see. We'll just see how the meta shifts. Now, honestly, I want to rank Star-Lord. Star-Lord, in my opinion, is a pretty good dive character. Not in the literal sense. He stays on high ground and kills a lot of people, and maybe he occasionally dive down to finish off a character with his E ability or his spin. I think that's pretty good. His entire kit is amazing for movement and getting out of situations, because he does have an iframe dodge, which is just insane if you think about it. And yeah, I just put him in A tier because he's just a great dive character in my opinion. Magic, I love Magic. She is one of my favorite dive characters of all time. I don't think she's as good as these two, but she's just amazing to have. She does an insane amount of damage. Single attack damage, which is just crazy. I think it's I know she has amazing fragging potential, and I'm comfortable putting her in S tier in this dive tier list, honestly, because she just does what everyone else does, but with more damage. Now, I know a good range DPS character can completely counter her. More importantly, Namor. Where is he? Namor can counter anyone on this list, but a good Magic knows how to counter Namor and any other character with a ranged ability that can outrange her, because a good Magic or any good dive character a good dive player will know to scope out who you can actually pick off and spy on them from high ground, because a high ground is someone's best friend, and I highly recommend, if you do play dive, always maintain high ground, because that is your best advantage point. Now, just for trolls, I'm going to rank Jeff, who's obviously CTR. He's not a good dive. He's not even a dive character. I just want to put him here just for the trolls. And yeah, honestly, in my opinion, I might be able to move Black Panther up right here. Now, I know this looks like a pretty retailer because I'm not ranking them off where they are in the meta right now. I'm ranking them on a dive meta comp, basically. Basically, how good these characters are, not by who they are, but by how good they dive, which is, in my opinion, what their main purpose is. Or, let's say Magic. Magic isn't really a dive. She's more intended as a brawler, a frontline, with similar to Iron Fist, but she can be played as a dive. All of these people can be played as dive, even though they're not mainly dive. they can be, and that's what I like about this. And yeah, that is the end of the tier list. I mean, I just want to talk about it a little more because I want to have a little more discussion about like my decision making. Now, Venom isn't as good because these characters exist, right? Venom isn't bad. A good Venom can pop off, but these characters are better. I'm not saying Venom is bad. I would never, like, in my opinion, there is no bad character in this game. I mean, a good Venom can really be like a better Magikarp, can be a better Psylocke, but it's just easier to play these characters than to play Venom because they're just better at what he does. But he does have really good DPS. I will give him that. Now, Iron Fist is still in a weird position because people are still trying to figure out how to actually play him properly. If he's actually still a dive character, or is he just strictly a brawler, like a frontline brawler with the tanks? I really don't know right now, because from what I see, people are talking about how like Wolverine is absolutely broken, but no one's talking about Iron Fist. So I'm just gonna assume that Iron Fist isn't as good in this meta, especially in high rank, because I have barely seen any Iron Fist one tricks. And I've seen like way more Wolverine players and way more Wolverine ban. He is banned a lot now. And Captain America like got micro buffed into oblivion. Like he is insane right now. Especially his how annoying he can be to the enemy players. It's really, really good. And yeah, that should be the end of the tier list. And that brings us to the end of the video now. I want to thank you guys. If you made it this far, I would like to thank you for watching. And I'd also like you to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I just want to thank you guys on all the support that you have given me throughout making these videos. There will be way more videos on the way. I'm absolutely loving making videos right now. And yeah, I hope to see you guys later. Thank you.